So, happy hump day, y'all, or as I like to put it, happy humpy day. It's a good day to get work done. Earn a break at the end of it. Earn the opportunity to enjoy a brew or two. Do something productive. You know, anybody in my opinion, and trust me, my opinion has changed over time. But anybody in my opinion that feels the need to inject color, skin color specifically, into their conversation to get a point across, in all likelihood, has some racial tendencies within them. Now, if you're stating statistics, obviously it's necessary from that perspective. However, if you are describing your relationship partner as being this color or that color of person, regardless of it being a male or female, if that enters into the description, and even if it goes into the sexual areas, because you know what? There are big versions of every skin color, just about, and small versions, and mutated versions of every kind of freaking genetic anomaly you can imagine. And it has nothing to do with the fucking color of somebody's skin. But if that's the case, if you feel that need to steal from a famous redneck, you might be a racist. And here's the thing, growing up in the 60s and 70s, that was when real racial tension was occurring. That was during the time that the Civil Rights Amendment was actually signed. And I'm not in any way trying to make this a joke. It's not. Suddenly, 40 plus years later, 50 years later almost, and we are entrenched in what appears to be, in my own personal opinion, people that are attempting to gain control through whatever division they can create among the masses. Where are these calls coming from to punish any person, especially if they're conservative, or conservative-minded anyway? You know, if they believe that the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, is unwavering, then if that's the case, then almost anything would be twisted against them. Almost any idea, almost anything about them. If they're a government official and their offspring or their relatives are having shady deals in other countries, that becomes an issue. However, if they're liberal, they can sleep with their widowed sister-in-law, their brother's their dead brother's wife. And then go on to apparently have sex with his nieces, her niece and her friend. I've seen freaking what amounts to the only photos of that shit that they could release. I've seen it. I've seen shit that would make some people go, this had to be photoshopped. My point being is, when you get down to the core of it, all this political bullshit, all this theater, it serves two purposes. One, it's obvious that it's an attempt to gain control through division, control through chaos. That's what division is. Division is controlled chaos. Hitler chose the Jews. The Jews, it's the Jews' fault that your life sucks. But you know what? To make society safe, everybody needs to give up their guns. So everybody gave up their guns. And then guess what happened to the Jews? They got rounded up. I've been to those camps. I toured Dachau when I was stationed in Nuremberg back in 82 and 81. When I got in the country, I remember that being on the list. And I made a point of getting on that tour before I left the country. And it was terrifying. It was dead silent. And you hear the little noises in the background here, the little bugs and the little birds. Didn't hear any of that. It was as though the earth became dead in that area. It was scary. I could feel, and you probably don't know this about me, but I'm a bit empathic. I think that's probably what helps in my writing. I could feel the death. And that's what control is about. Control through chaos leads to death. I'm not saying everybody dies, but enough have to freaking be sacrificed for whoever gets to decide what the fuck the greater good is. I mean, who gets to decide that? That should be up to the individual, right? Who gets to live or die. Problem is, there's also profit to be made in death. Not only the control, but profit. Because see, if you cure somebody, hey man, that's it. That's a one-time chunk of change. But if you can keep them alive for several years until they die anyway, and usually in quite a bit of agony, hey, that's money in the bank. That's profits increasing. And if you create an emergency out of what is basically a seasonal virus that not everybody was taking part of the freaking yearly vaccinations for, if you turn that into a fucking medical emergency, if you take it and just tear it up and say, hey, guess what? This come from another country, and them damn filthy people are trying to kill us. Us here's from China. That's what it's from. And I'm not trying to imitate Trump, by the way. I'm imitating the CDC, because that's what they're doing. They're going, come on, man. There's an emergency. We gotta shut you people down. But guess what? We got these big box stores that got everything in them. And you know what? They're so big, You can stay about 5-6 feet apart from people as long as you're wearing them damn masks, so we can upgrade our security software. I mean, so you'll be safe. And that's what they did. And they shut down the mom and pop stores regardless. And they shut down the churches because of an emergency. And they convinced enough people to go along with them. And now, they're in the process of creating a demon. And that demon is anybody with this color skin. I'm a demon to these people because I tell people to think. I'm a demon to these people because I point out the obvious. I'm a demon to these people because over 40 years ago I swore a sacred oath that changed me forever and probably is one of the main reasons why I refuse to just go gently into that good night. Not so gently. That oath probably saved my fucking life in the end. And I refuse to go gently. I will continue to rage. And very soon, the world's gonna hear me fucking roar. And when they do, my next move will be to heavily invest in Kevlar, trust me. Like a Kevlar suit. I've seen these hoodies they've got. Hey, dear Lord, Almighty Father above, creator of all things seen and unseen, please, dear God, please keep me moving in the right direction. Guide my thoughts, my words, and my actions. Through them, help me awaken others to the glory, hope, love, and forgiveness that comes with having faith in you and your only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, who came to this earth, lived and willingly died, so that one day the sins of all God's children might be forgiven, and we all might know the glory of an eternity in heaven, if we're willing to walk the walk. Not just talk the talk. Please, Almighty Father, protect and guide Donald J. Trump, all the members of Q, the members of our military, law enforcement, and especially Vets for Child Rescue, so that united with the good patriots of the world, we can put on the full armor of God, pick up our swords of light and truth, and in one sound voice defeat the dark forces of evil that prey upon the children of the world like they were cattle once and for all. Amen. I got this fucking sneaky suspicion that something bad's about to happen. Have faith. Forgive yourself. Pray. Today is the day, I suspect. Today is one of the days.